Harrisburg police are investigating after a woman was shot and killed in a home late last night. Police say the shooting stemmed from a domestic dispute in the home on 18th Street near Boas Street. Officers found the woman had been shot multiple times. She did not survive. District Attorney Fran Chardo says police arrested Brian McCullough, who was at the home at the time of the shooting. He is charged with criminal homicide. Experts say this is a tragic reminder that it's not easy to get out of unhealthy relationships.
It may be an issue of their, current economic state. Also through generational trauma, they themselves may have grown up as a victim of domestic violence. And then on the flip side, you think of perpetrators. Many perpetrators have grew up also witnessing domestic violence as children.
Yvette Bailey says step one in getting out of an abusive relationship, call a domestic abuse hotline or a close friend you can trust. We have an update on a deadly stabbing in York over the weekend. Police have arrested and charged Inosca Santos Cruz with homicide in the death of her cousin, Joselito Pagan Ocasio. He was found dead Sunday night in a home on East King Street. Investigators haven't given details on exactly what led up to the deadly stabbing or what the motive might have been. The strike is over. Kellogg's workers are back to work after reaching a contract deal ending a 3-month-long strike. Last week, the union agreed to a contract that those striking would accept. The deal includes wage increases, enhanced benefits, and a path to top-tier wages. About 1,400 workers nationwide hit the picket lines, including those in the East Hempfield Township, Lancaster County plant. We already knew York's New Year's Eve celebration, and now the St. Patrick's Day parade is off as well. Yes, this is more than 3 months before it was supposed to take place, but organizers say they decided to cancel now, blaming both COVID concerns and a lack of volunteers to run the parade. This marks the 3rd straight year the parade has been canceled. The organizing committee is now looking for volunteers to help with marketing, accounting, and event planning, with an eye towards bringing the St. Patrick's Day parade back in 2023. Pennsylvania will soon have a new acting secretary of the Commonwealth. Governor Wolf named Lee Chapman to the post as Pennsylvania enters its next election cycle. Chapman served as the policy director at the Department of State 5 years ago. Current acting secretary Veronica DeGraffenreid will become special advisor to the governor. Still to come on ABC27 News at 7, a special gathering to honor Desmond Tutu, how his legacy helped change the lives of millions all around the world. And how a PA lawmaker is encouraging Americans to stand up against Russian President Vladimir Putin. But first, here's a look at what's trending on our ABC27 mobile app. Kellogg's employees are back to work after an 11-week strike. Also, the Fort Indian Town Gap leaders are pushing back against a proposed wind farm near their base. And a York County ski resort opens for the season. Much more right back after the break for Lebanon, Lancaster, Lewistown, and your part of the Mid-State.
Stay in the know on the go with the ABC27 News app. What's trending? Presented by your local Hyundai dealers.
Problems with mail delivery and staffing shortages that aren't going away. The post office in Ephrata, Lancaster County, adjusted its hours and encouraged customers to go to another post office nearby. That's because it's having a hard time staying staffed. The Postal Service is trying to hire more workers, but in the meantime, it's prioritizing deliveries to make sure important things get where they're going to on time. Locals say it's annoying, but could be much worse.
If we were in a truly rural area that had less post offices located, it could be a severe inconvenience. As opposed to a 5-minute drive, it could be 30 minutes or more.
With the holiday season in full swing, everyone is urged to plan ahead. And if you need to go to a post office, double check its hours beforehand. Exactly 1 month after Election Day, the final recount in a closely watched mid-state race is over. The York County Commissioners agreed to a second recount of the Central York School Board race to make sure all mail-in ballots were counted. Republican Faith Casale gained 4 votes, but that wasn't enough to pass Democrat Rebecca Rick, who won the final seat by 19 votes. Former State Representative Margot Davidson has pleaded guilty to stealing from the Commonwealth. Attorney General Josh Shapiro says Davidson's plea means she is barred from holding public office in Pennsylvania ever again. Davidson filed fraudulent per diem and reimbursement requests. The Democrats served Delaware County in the House for more than a decade. PennDOT is also looking to staff up for the months ahead with a job fair in Lebanon County. PennDOT is looking for temporary and permanent CDL drivers, as well as diesel and construction equipment mechanics. Applicants were offered on-the-spot interviews and driving tests today. The maintenance manager warns if they don't get enough drivers, it could slow down cleanup efforts when a big snowstorm comes.
Right now we have 25 snow routes in our county. We have 12 open seats. So we're trying to, for our snow removal operations, it's going to cause some long delays, especially when it comes to some of the back roads.
Starting pay for CDL operators is just under $20 an hour. For mechanics, it's just over $22. Fewer people are filing for unemployment than at any point in a half century. About 184,000 people applied for unemployment benefits last week. That's the lowest level in 52 years. The Labor Department says the moving 4-week average was also the lowest since the pandemic began. Just fewer than 2 million Americans collected traditional unemployment benefits last week. Now, we reported yesterday that a near record 11 million job openings were posted in October, and that more than 4 million people quit their jobs in the same month. So how does this all fit together? Keep in mind that in most cases, you cannot collect unemployment after quitting a job. The first of its kind, Starbucks workers at a new store in New York have voted to unionize. This after the National Labor Relations Board counted ballots for unionization efforts at 3 locations. The other 2 stores' votes are still being counted. 111 workers from Starbucks in the Buffalo area were eligible to vote. The company says its stores function best when it works with employees directly, but union backers want more input into store operations and more pay. Come Sunday, your trip on the Pennsylvania Turnpike will cost you more. A 5% toll hike kicks in on January 2nd. It's actually the smallest increase in 6 years. The Turnpike Commission says the most common toll for passenger vehicles will go up a dime to $1.70 with Easy Pass. If you don't have Easy Pass, you can still use the toll by plate option, but it'll cost you over twice as much. The average toll will go up by 20 cents to $4.10. Powerball's top prize has jumped to nearly $500 million for Saturday's drawing. There were no winners last night, so that means the jackpot is going up to $483 million. If you choose the lump sum, it's just under $350 million, before taxes, of course. Tickets are just $2 per play. An Ephrata barber is doing his best to give back to his community this holiday season. He's collected over 301 bikes this year, far outnumbering the amount he collected last year. It's all thanks to generous donations from the community and part of a collaboration with Toys for Tots.
Maybe it took this to realize it's better to give than it is to receive. As a kid, I didn't realize that. I'm catching on now. It's fun.
This is the 11th year Eric's been collecting bikes. He says the momentum just keeps building. Sports is up next. Ali Barubi tells us the next achievement in an already impressive season for Micah Parsons.